So you gotta make sure to double click to finish it. And from here, alright, we're going to change this tab here. This is like to change your overlays. We're going to use overlay, but these are different examples. But overlay is going to create more of like a transparent look to your portrait. So now it's going to make it more see-through, and what you'll notice is the black doesn't go through the text. It's mainly like the lighter values of the gray areas that's going to show through. Alright, so you're going to move this around. You can also duplicate this layer. If you right click on layer 1, duplicate. You can duplicate this a couple of times. You can rotate it again, resize it, if you want to make it smaller, bigger. So you want to just like play around and just move these words around. Think of it like an interesting design to do with these text. So I'm just going to duplicate, click OK, and you're going to have like multiple layers of these words. And I would really, just change up the size, because that's what's going to make it more interesting to look at, is when you change up the size of the words. Alright, but like one thing you'll notice too is, like the more words you add, the harder it will to look at. So what you can do too is you can change the opacity and make it more see-through if need be. So that's a couple of options you can do. Now every time you copy paste, or every time you duplicate the layers, you're going to create more layers in the picture. So you just want to be careful not to make too many layers. So one thing you're going to have to do too is you're going to have to combine the layers. So like this layer is this big text on the bottom, this one's the one in my hair, and this one's in the middle. So you want to click on the eyeball to see your different layers. So these layers are all a part of the part of my portrait. So now what you can do is you can actually merge these layers. So if you hit Command E, or if you I think you can do it on the menu here. Yeah, if you click on merge down, that's going to merge the layers together. Or you can hit Command E as in earn, or not earn, E as in elephant, and I'll merge the layers. And now these layers are all combined with one another. Alright. Now one thing that's interesting about Photoshop is if you hit Command Z to undo, it's only going to undo the last step, and it's going to redo the step before. Now like Photoshop's mainly made for photography, so like usually when people want to see like the little changes they do to the photo, that's the reason why the Command Z works that way. But if you want to undo a couple of different steps, you can go to Windows, History, and these are all the steps I did to work on this project. Now keep in mind though, you can't undo too many times in Photoshop. There's actually a limit to it. I think I've already reached a limit. It's about like 20 steps, but if you go past 20 steps, you can't go back to it. So if you look at it though, I did merge all these layers, and you can go back and merge them again. So you want to have that history panel open, just in case. Alright, so now that I merged all these layers, I can change the opacity and make it lighter. So I don't want the words to be that over dominant to my my portrait. And then another thing you can do too is you can use the eraser tool. I'll make the brush a little bit bigger. You can use actually the hard edge brush. So this is the hard edge brush, and you can erase some of the text. So I don't really want the text to be in in my background. I only want to keep it in the within the portrait. So you can use the erase tool to erase these areas. It's up to you. So you have a lot of control with how you want to do these portraits with the Photoshop. So again, now I zoomed in a little bit closer. I feel like this is a little too strong still, so I'm gonna line up a little bit more. But basically the text that we use, it's supposed to be like an element to create texture in your drawing. It's not supposed to, take over the portrait, but it's supposed to, help kind of like embellish the, um, idea in your picture. As we're using a lot of these words to kind of describe who you are. Like, you can see some of these words: truthful, stylish, sophisticated. So, you don't want to overlap the words too many times, but sometimes you get some real nice textures if you overlap a lot. So, I got my words like this. If you want, you can add more words. It's up to you. Maybe I might not want to do an overlay. Maybe I might want to do something different. So, maybe not the color burn, but maybe I might want to change it back to normal. Use like the normal white text for my background. Oh yeah, if you want to add your pictures to the background, you're gonna have to move so this layer is this one. If you move it behind the portrait, it'll go behind the portrait. So the layers are very similar to how it works in Illustrator, where depending on where you put it on your layers, it's gonna show up in those places. So I'm gonna duplicate this a couple times. Maybe I might just want to do diagonals for my background. But yeah, you can change up the size too. A lot of it's just filling up the space and just kind of playing around with where you want to place these, where you want to place the text. So I'm just messing around here. I might actually rotate it this way, change it up. So for my background, I might not overlap these ones. I might just have them like right next to each other. Alright. Well, maybe just a little bit bigger. Yeah, you just really gotta just play around with it. See what works, what you think looks interesting. Duplicate. Yeah, this is like the final step to the portrait. After you're done with this, then it's all done. I know you guys been working forever on these portraits, and you'll be happy once you're done. I probably don't hurt to overlap some of them. Sometimes it's interesting to overlap the layers. Alright. You kind of get the idea though. Again, if I want to merge all these again, Command E, I'll merge it all down. Yeah, you can use that to fade it too. I might actually want to leave that one not faded. Alright.